Are you looking to get spooky this Halloween? Oh, yeah, you are. So come on into Darkside Records. We got great masks here from Trick or Treat Studios. Great high-quality masks from great movies such as Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Jaws, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, as well as some great rockers like Rob Zombie. We got Papa from Ghost. We've got Alice Cooper, as well as many others. So come on in, check them out, get spooky. Happy Halloween.
Quality ad. Quality ad.
Do you have your most anticipated 2019 record coming out soon? Well, let us know, goddammit. So don't come in the store and be like, oh, basically what I'm trying to say, just pre-order what you want. We want to have a copy for you. So please pre-order. Just let us know. We have a nice little spreadsheet in our computer. Can I say that? I think I can.
Or they could go to the website.
Or, yes, you can go to our website and pre-order on there. Thanks.
You're probably looking at your cell phone right now as you're downloading this podcast. But while you've got that thing in your hand, why don't you head on over to the App Store and go download the Darkside Records app. It's free and chock full of gooch. You can get updates. You can get push notifications that let you know about fun things that's happening in store. There's exclusive discounts. Sometimes there's fun stuff. You can even shop right there from your phone while you're pooping. So close that Pornhub tab that you have open, head on over to the Darkside Records app, and shop some stuff. Enjoy your poop.
Hey, Internet. I know you're in pain. I know you're anxious. I know you like experimenting with your body. Darkside's got you covered. Of course, I'm talking about CBD, the legal side of cannabis. We got you in all its favorite glories. You got your oils, you got your rub-ons, you got your put-ins, your edibles, and of course drinks. Locally sourced, responsibly sourced, quality stuff. I was going to say gooch, but it seems inappropriate here. If you're in pain, if you've got anxiety, if the menses got you down, we can help you out all around. Darkside Records, CBD. Ask an associate for details.
This is the Darkside Records and Gallery podcast.
Is this all on here right now?
Sure. This is what we like to call the opening monologue portion of the podcast, where we just bullshit for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the entire podcast.
Well, but it's like deliberate bullshit.
There's a loose topic.
I'm only used to the end of the year one. That's the only one I really ever do.
That's coming up quick, too.
Well, yeah.
Are you thinking about your top 10s of the year yet?
I am.
Well, we'll talk.
I had to look off into the distance for that for some reason.
I was trying to make it dramatic. We should have done this live.
This is radio.
Yeah, it's audio, not video. I'm sorry. We're not live streaming this one on Facebook, but thank you to everyone who does watch our Facebook live videos.
Much apprecited.
There will be no air horns on this one.
Oh,
but there will
thank
be
God.
poppers with confetti, but no one will be able to see it.
I had a lot of loss of hearing in 2019.
Seriously.
I was already thinking about mentioning that on the end of the year one, but I'll say it now.
Oh, we should. You know what we should do? We should talk about not just like picks of music, but we should talk about like favorite Darkside memory of the year.
I'm only laughing because there's so many. But also, like, can we say them all on here?
It's your choice. You pick and choose what you want to say on the air. One of mine is definitely, which I guess is pointless me saying it now because I'll just say it again in a fucking month. One of mine is going to be meeting the murder junkies randomly in the parking lot.
that was last year.
God damn it.
I know.
That was last year?
That was last year, not this year.
Holy shit.
Remember that was on our top 10 most like pictures on Instagram. Remember that?
Thanks for the heads up. How many impressions do you have on Twitter?
30,000, but who's counting?
You are our Twitter queen, Julia.
What is an
am.
impression?
And now shipping queen.
You are now our shipping queen.
You are a shipping queen. I don't know any more words to that song, really.
Oh, did you read that today was the 1 year anniversary of the 1975 releasing their last something something? Rest of the article I didn't read.
Wait, no. November 30th.
I'm not a doctor.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
It's more than a month away.
You're like
There was some headline that said today, as of the time of this recording, which is of course October 15th, was the 1-year anniversary of 1975 something.
Oh, they probably
something.
came out with like "Love If We Made It" or something, some crazy single.
Yeah, like I saw the headline and I figured I would come into work and tell you, and you would just tell me the rest. Like you would know.
I would push up my glasses.
Exactly.
Be
No one
like,
can see you doing it.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, so the song I've been listening to a lot today is I Love You Always Forever by Donna Lewis.
I will love always forever, near and far, closer together. Isn't that like Jill Solbuel in the 90s?
I don't know, I forgot.
Or Jewel or
I
something?
forgot about the singer from Died Sig was
Definitely
like
not Jewel.
was like dancing to it, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot. I fucking love that song. And then me and Camilla were hiking today.
Singing it.
Yep. And I was playing it like 5 times. And I was like doing my Julia dance. Which, fuck, you can't even see it.
Again, audio, not video. But I appreciate you doing it. Well, welcome to the Darkside Records Not Gallery podcast. This is, of course, a podcast.
I'm not going to ask.
I'm trying to drop the "and gallery" from the title, although it's still in the recording that we did at the beginning of the podcast there.
Okay.
But it's fine. I'll get there someday to updating our
Rebranding.
sweepers. Yeah.
Branding.
So, welcome to the Darkside Records podcast. This is, of course, a podcast brought to you by the good folks at Darkside Records, located at 611 Duchess Turnpike in Poughkeepsie, or on the web at darksiderecords.com. That's right. This is a podcast about music, the music industry,
Fucking off.
and
Astrology? I don't know.
farting
No,
Geminis.
Certainly not.
And
That's definitely her rising sign.
No.
Is a fart. That's it.
I'm JB.
I'm JJ.
And of course, we are joined here, as you've already heard, by our resident shipping queen,
Shipping Queen.
our resident dancing queen,
Resident.
resident farting Virgo, Julia.
That's me in a nutshell.
All right.
I'm Julia.
I just watched Austin Powers on VHS recently.
I just told Charlotte
90s.
that I was going to be a fat bastard for Christmas or for Halloween.
Wait, your kid has an understanding of who Fat Bastard is?
No, not at all.
Oh, you were just telling her.
I was being macabre when she asked me what I said I was going to be for Halloween.
And then did you say, "Get in my belly"?
Nope. I said, she's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "I'll show you later."
When you're older.
No.
When you're older,
just
this
later.
joke will kill.
I had to get back here for this.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it would have been fat bastard.
Do you feel like that movie is appropriate for showing to like a 3-year-old at this point, as far as comedy goes?
I feel like a lot
feel
of
like it's
I
them
feel like I
go
have to
over their head.
rewatch it. I'm not sure.
I feel like it's pretty damn clean.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
I
Yeah.
feel like if all
Especially,
the
like,
dirty
by-
jokes go like right over their head.
Yeah, and by today's standards, it's like squeaky clean comedy.
But there's still a lot of dirty jokes in there.
That's because it is shit, Austin. Yeah, I went to Kate's Lazy Meadow with Jenny last weekend or 2 weekends ago. That's of course the hotel that is right here in the Hudson Valley that is owned by Kate Pearson of the B-52s.
Love Shack, baby.
No, that's the guy.
I know.
Just- okay.
Just
She was more the Love Shack. I'm so ashamed I did that on the podcast. But it's like a super 60s retro themed hotel, and it was super fun. And one of the things they do is there's no cell service, but there is a TV with a VCR and all VCR tapes, VHS tapes in each of the rooms. So you can just like hang out, relax. There's a hot tub, which was super nice. And then so we went to the hot tub, and then we
Okay.
we didn't bang in the hot tub, for the record. It was a little out. It was outdoors, so it was like bugs
on
floating
the
around.
door, baby.
And then we came back in, and we ate cake, and we played Scrabble while watching Austin Powers
Okay.
while tripping balls.
So it's basically was every day of the 90s.
I know.
yeah, it was a super throwback, surprisingly relaxing, good time. Maybe they'll pay us to talk
Like,
about
stop
them
it.
next podcast.
We already did it. It's over.
Yeah, Kate, if you want to be a sponsor of the podcast, we've already given you a free ad. There you go. She wasn't there, by the way. I did not meet her.
Oh.
So anyway, so
She was out fishing.
For rock lobsters?
Oh, you beat me to it. You didn't even do it right, though.
How was I supposed to do it?
Rock lobster!
There was a lot of fly fishing. It's right next to a creek, but there was no...
I don't like flies.
Yeah. Oh, God. Anyway, so we're here today to talk about something that just dropped a few days ago. As of this point, 1 week ago?
Yep, 1 week ago today.
Exactly. And that is, of course, the Record Store Day Black Friday list. No, I said no air horns.
It's my mouth horn.
Sorry.
That's what I'm going to call you from now on.
Matterhorn.
So, Mouthhorn, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what Black Friday is?
Well, Leghorn.
Does that make Julia Foghorn?
No, Farthorn.
Farthorn, okay.
Yeah. Farthorn, Leghorn over there.
This is so exposing of me.
I'll tell you, I said it's a Black Friday.
I was trying to do it like a fart, like a stuttering fart.
I just wanted to do my terrible Foghorn, Leghorn.
Pretty good. Maybe David Lynch will make a cameo on this podcast later.
Oh, he did promise to call in from Bend, Oregon. So, yeah, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving in which, in America, we trample each other after giving thanks. Because we need more deals.
Deals.
But the only deals we got around here is Kim Deal.
Oh.
This is a good joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
This podcast is 90% wheezing laughs. This
are.
is so good.
So, Black Friday. Well, Grandma and Mom go to the mall to get a deal on a Shark vacuum. They're pretty hot this year, I heard.
I love a Shark vacuum.
Fuck your sharks. Shark Week is over, Julia.
I thought we got a Shark vacuum for the store. You can cut this part out. But
Nope.
It was just an old lady that brought in all her CDs. Let me finish. An old lady brought in her CDs in a Shark vacuum box. And then I looked at Justin. He brought it over. I was like, oh, shit. We got a Shark vacuum. Those things are awesome. And it was just CDs.
I like the original telling better. I thought it was a Shark vacuum, but it was just an old lady.
Just an old lady.
But yeah, if you're... Get a Shark vacuum. Highly recommend.
So Shark Vacuums, if you want to sponsor this podcast.
Overpriced crap. Anyway, Black Friday is again a day after Thanksgiving. But unlike your mall tramplings, your midnight 7-day sales, we do a little different. Because thanks to the good folks at Record Store Day, we have another Record Store Day. There's Record Store Day April, which is the Big Kahuna burger. And then we have Black Friday Record Store Day, in which the list is a little smaller, a little more trim.
It's the baby.
Everybody likes more trim. And
Hashtag Hot Girl Summer.
Hashtag.
it's not summer anymore. You guys are throwing me off here. There's stuff. There's exclusive releases. That's all I'm trying to say. There are exclusive releases that come out on Black Friday only at independent record stores in America, because Black Friday isn't really a world thing. It's just an America thing.
And it's, of course, a chance once again to come and show some love for independent record stores, for your music community, for your local brick and mortar shops. And you get to walk away with something cool.
Yeah. And the idea, it's not necessarily just about selling out everything limited edition, kind of like Record Store Day is. The idea is more of it's a seasonal thing. Like, yeah, maybe you're thinking about yourself because you need that new something piece. But then you go, well, you know what? My dad really likes Alice Cooper, so maybe I'm gonna get him this cool $1 Billion Babies Live thing that's coming out too. It's like, it's putting you in the mood. It's setting a tone for your holiday shopping season, and you're doing it not at the mall. Because what's our holiday hashtag?
Fuck the mall.
Whoa.
Wait, right?
Hashtag fuck the mall.
Oh, sorry.
Shop small.
Hashtag fuck the mall. Hashtag shop small.
Yeah, which is actually fun also because it's hashtag fuck the mall, and it's also hashtag fuck them all. Yeah. Double entendre.
Gotta fuck them all.
I didn't play that version of Pokemon.
I didn't play Pokemon. I was too busy with the other version.
So much chafing. So that's right. So, of course, for Black Friday, that is November 29th this year in 2019.
The big 2-9.
2019. We, as always, we try to put on, a humble celebration here to celebrate record stores, and also, to give a little thank you to everyone who comes and takes part in our Black Friday, or really every day. So we have a bunch of fun stuff planned. There's going to be food. There's going to be beers.
There will probably be beers.
There will probably be beers.
I can't say for sure. It's not entirely up to me, but if it's up to me, there will be beers.
That's good enough for me. So then I'll leave it the original way I said it. There'll be beers.
Beers?
There'll be food. We're going to do giveaways. There's a store-wide sale. We're going to have a bunch of fun shit going on all day. And, of course, what you're really listening to this podcast for is the exclusive releases that are coming out.
Listicles.
That's dangling, bulbous.
Gooch.
That's right.
But I guess what the hell? Let's welcome, of course, our shipping king.
Oh, you got the queen and king.
We should get you guys sashes.
Just wear those while shipping.
I'll bedazzle them. Well, bedazzle optional.
You do you.
We can humble you.
Vajazzle mandatory.
Of course, that voice you're hearing is Brian.
Hey.
So we're here to talk about Black Friday stuff. We're here to talk about the list, what you're excited about, and I guess we should also preface this whole thing by saying thank you to everyone who used the Darkside Dream Phone.
That's right.
That's, of course, as soon as we get the list in our grubby, grimy, moist little record store hands,
I'm kind of dry.
I'm kind of moist right now, actually.
Brian, how are your hands?
This one's moist and this one's dry.
Little column A.
Little column B.
Fuck, I set myself up. I'll make sure my mom and dad don't listen to this one.
Hi, Dina.
They'll be fine.
So, of course, we as soon as we get the list, we put up on our website what we call the Darkside Dream Phone, which is really just a forum where you could tell us the things you're excited about. They're not guarantees. They're not holds.
They're not pre-orders.
They're not pre-orders. It's a form where you could fill out. You could tell us what you're excited about, what you want.
It's the NYPD rule. If you see something, say something. Because that way it helps us know what you want. Mm-hmm. And we can make sure to bone up on the things that we weren't expecting you to be so boned for.
I'm going to try to throw more in on this podcast.
I'm looking for a dream phone on eBay right now.
So we can have a physical
We can
dream
have
phone?
the actual dream phone.
I love this idea. $45.
Surprisingly expensive.
Wow.
Right?
It was, to be fair, it was probably like $60 when it was brand new and just came out. Shitty plastic phone.
I'm gonna Google
If anyone
that
has
now.
an actual copy of the Dream Phone game, bring it on into
Somebody
Darkside.
offered me one once, but they wanted like $50 for it, and I
fuck
said no. And clearly I was wrong.
If you want a free ad on this podcast, just bring on in a Dream Phone. We'll do an ad for anything you want. You heard me right. So thank you to everyone who submitted things via the Dream Phone. What we wanted to do on this episode, as we do before each Record Store Day and each Black Fridays, we just wanted to talk about some things in the list, let you know what's coming out, let you know all the cool gooch. Of course, the last preface that we have to make for this thing is we're open at 9 a.m., and as it always is for Record Store Day and for Black Friday, it's first come, first serve. There will be a line. We suggest you get here as early as you feel comfortable. It's going to be November, so,
Oh, dress accordingly.
Yes.
Bit chilly.
Don't-
Bit chilly.
don't be stupid.
If anybody's listening to this and has any of those like portable like propane heaters that are on outdoor patios and wants to lend them or maybe even rent them for a small fee for the day, I'm listening.
That's how a certain friend of the store is going to make street meat out in the parking lot again.
Whenever I hear street meat, I just go to the Ramones and change the lyrics.
Of
Blitzkrieg Bach. Something, something, I can't remember the lyrics exactly. But
I go to Street Sharks. That's what I think of.
Street meat.
The bitchin' cartoon.
Right. I'm going to make a parody one that's street meat, and I'm going to give it to Steve Feldman this year as a drawing.
It's gonna be like pork chops on rollerblades.
Yeah, with teeth. Yeah. But we'll get into all those details later. But so these pieces are all first come, first serve.
They're generating steam heat. I always think they're generating street meat. Dun, dun.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. We'll sing that to Steve.
Yeah.
You can see the whole list over on recordstoreday.com or on our website, darksiderecords.com. So go see the whole thing. Come ready. We'll have lists here in store. You can look at a printed one in store too. And we just wanted to share with you not just some pics of ours, but maybe some stuff you didn't know about. Maybe some stuff you glossed over. You know, some stuff that maybe didn't catch your eye for one reason or another. And we're here to rekindle that fire.
Fire, walk with me.
We're getting really good at Twin Peaks impressions in store here. Okay, so somebody wanna tell their first pick? Okay, I'll go first. One here that I've got in front of me. DMX, the Smokeout Festival presents. Oh!
Wow, that's pretty good DMX.
Thank you. Payback's a bitch, motherfucker. This is, of course, a live set from DMX. It was his performance at Cypress Hill's famous Smokeout Fest in 2003. It's got 7 killer tracks. It is going to be released on an LP. It's a Record Store Day Black Friday exclusive. And if you didn't see him at the Chance, or if he didn't show up when you went to see him at the Chance, here's your chance to hear him perform some stuff live on a record.
Has he actually showed up? I always see the flyers, but
I feel like the most recent time
he
showed up.
Yeah.
Someone's going to butcher me in the comments if that's not true.
Hey, I'll go next.
Cool.
Hidalgo next. This one is the next in an ongoing series that's been pretty fucking sweet so far. And that is, of course, the next Jazz Dispensary release.
Ooh.
This one is Jazz Dispensary, Jazz Dispensary, the Dank D-Funk Blend.
Oh, baby.
You know what that means?
Heady nugs.
Heady nugs for your
Betty Nugs.
Fetty Waps.
I don't think that's how that works.
Anyway, it's a pretty cool series. You got the Meters, you got Charles Erlin, Richard Groove Holmes, Houston Pearson, Bernard Purdy, Idris Muhammad, on and on. It's going to be a good, funky jazz time. And I think it's, got a little bit of that weed theme going on to it.
I'm looking at the artwork right now.
Yeah.
I don't see it. You know what it does look like? It looks like the artwork for the new Bayside record.
It does kind of. I thought that too, actually.
Yeah. It's really just the wavy skylines.
Yeah,
is really
just
what it is.
Oh, yep.
It's just the apocalypse.
That whole thing.
It's in black and white.
That's right. And 2,000 of that. Total, worldwide.
Only limited 2,000, coming out on the Craft Recordings label. Craft's been putting out some cool pieces
They
lately.
have. They've been crushing it. Crafting it.
Okay, I'll go next. Well, we all know my queen,
Andrew Clean.
Lizzo, is coming out with a release.
Mm-hmm.
Which was crazy because the day before the list came out, I asked Justin if he's heard any whereabouts about her coconut oil EP, which is fantastic. It came out October 2016. And what do you know? The next day the list came out, and Lizzo is coming out with coconut oil EP.
Woo!
I
Turns
love
out-
the enthusiasm.
Turns out it's 100% that EP.
Yes! This one's cool, though. It's going to be on milky white vinyl. Shut the fuck up.
What?
I already
Fuck
made it
you.
once.
It's
It's
the
fine. I'm
color of coconut oil.
But also the insert is going to be coconut scented. Let's hope it's not a gimmick like that Cage the Elephant record, the live record that came out like 2 years ago, and it said scented, like the sticker was supposed to be like scratch and scent,
I don't remember that.
and
I remember that.
it was a sham.
Oh.
Just smelled like a
goddamn shit.
plastic.
Or there's the
Like a
one,
sticker.
Yep, smelled like a sticker.
Was it Black Friday or Record Store Day like 2 years ago when Peter Tosh Legalized It came out? And there was scratch and sniff cannabis scented?
That's funny.
That was cool.
And there was one a couple years ago that was South Park, and it was Mr. Hanky, and it was brown scented.
Was that? I don't remember that part.
What does that smell?
Yeah. I think that was a scam as well. I think that just smelled like a record.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to smell like shit, but
I was hoping.
I mean, come
Yeah, I
on.
was hoping you were going to say that.
You know.
I mean, Yeah, so that has the amazing single "Good as Hell" on there, which if you're going through a breakup, just listen to it. Because if he don't love you anymore, you walk your fine ass out that fucking door.
Damn right.
And that's all I gotta say.
Damn right.
Did she say fucking? Or did you add that in?
I added that in for emphasis.
Good.
Thank you. I was trying to make a point that if you should get it.
It did mess with the flow a little bit, but I got your.
Yeah. She probably
I got your
wanted
prowess.
to. She probably wanted to put in fucking, but probably the producer said that. So we're probably having the exact conversation.
That's the way it goes. You're Lizzo. I'm the producer.
I know.
God.
Brian?
Well, one I'm looking forward to is the Masters of the Universe soundtrack.
Oh!
Goddamn. Music by Bill Conti, of course, did Rocky.
Running for election in Ward 5 here.
Friend of the store.
Actually, I think, is it Ben or Bill Conti? I keep seeing the signs around.
I think it's Joe.
No,
Joe
it's
Conti.
not Joe. He was ousted.
Oh, sorry.
Out of here, Joe. But yeah, did Rocky theme. Everyone knows that. He did music for the Karate Kid. And yeah, then he lent his talents to this. Masters of the Universe, of course, the famed 1982 classic cartoon made simply just to make money. To battle Kenner for their Star Wars line. So they came out with the He-Man toys. And they made a shit ton of money. Yeah, I know a little bit about it.
What does this have to do with Sloan Kettering Hospital?
So they made a shit ton of money on that, and then they're like, hey, Star Wars made movies, right? Let's make a movie. And it was not good.
No, terrible.
And then essentially that ruined the line of toys, which is kind of funny about the whole thing.
Super 7 now has a huge line of Masters of the Universe toys.
Because
And friend of the store, Frank Langella, Papa Bear,
oh, yes.
of course, was the villain.
Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Oh, yeah.
Like you didn't know who Skeletor was. Come on.
I used to refer to somebody else as Skeletor, but I can't remember who right now.
Of course, and this is the soundtrack to that terrible movie, not to the animated series. Yep. So don't get your hopes up.
No.
Of course, the main actor was, of course, Dolph Lundgren.
Yep. And even though it was a terrible movie, because it had nothing to do with really the cartoons, you didn't have the same characters or anything, looking back, it's a pretty fun movie.
No, it sucks.
It's so good. It's so good.
How was Frank's performance?
Pretty incredible.
I'm going to say average.
Incredible Hulk?
Incredible Skeletor.
Yep. So there's going to be 800 copies of that
That's not many.
worldwide.
No. It's
And
limited releases.
that is what's called an RSD limited run regional focus release.
See, I actually don't know why they call it regional focus, because it's not like it's concentrated to one area.
Yeah.
And Brian, could you tell me what region of the country is the biggest fans of Master of the Universe?
I'm going to go with Poughkeepsie, New York right now.
Oh! Okay. I guess we're in the clear.
Also, I should make sure to point out that they have tentatively scheduled a new He-Man movie for production.
Really?
So
I think I heard something about that.
So buckle up.
What was that one that Arnold Schwarzenegger was before Terminator?
Conan?
Hercules in New York?
I think it was Conan. He wants
Total
to do
Recall?
He wants to do a new Conan movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I heard about this. He wants to do like
trying to make it or something.
Old
like
Man
that.
Conan.
I also heard they're trying to make like a new Twins.
Yes.
I'm in for
I'm
both.
in for that.
Arnold, Danny DeVito, and apparently Eddie Murphy is the new twin.
Oh, I love
Oh my
this.
God. I am totally in for this.
We'll see if it actually happens.
Yep.
But
Well, another one that's coming out, speaking of cartoons, was one that I had on CD as a kid. So I'm excited to see it on LP.
my friend from down in the valley, that's a record store in Minnesota, is entirely responsible for this coming out.
Well, tell your friend I said thank you.
Thank you, Steven.
Thank you, Steven. It is, of course, various artists doing Saturday morning cartoon greatest hits.
Totally have this CD too.
Yep. This is a bunch of musicians and great bands doing covers of Saturday morning cartoon theme songs. This one, as opposed to the CD that I had when I was a kid, is on a double LP, 4,000 copies worldwide, and it's an RSD first, which of course means that it's a limited variant for something that they'll be releasing at some point later on in a standard version, so you can get first dibs and a limited edition version of that. It features songs done by Sublime, Reverend Horton Heat, Matthew Sweet, Collective Soul, The Ramones, The Butthole Surfers, and a whole bunch more folks. So it's a great piece, And of course, you can hear the band Wax doing Happy Happy Joy Joy.
All right, how about this Dr. John Babylon piece that's coming out? The man himself, of course, just passed away a few months ago, R.I.P. And they're re-releasing Babylon from Get On Down is re-releasing it, limited to 2,500 copies. If you don't know this record, it's pretty fucking out there. It's nice, trippy, swampy, psychedelic. It's sort of about, like, it came out 68 or 69, I want to say. And it's like he's talking about Vietnam. He was running from the law because he was wanted for something he did in California. And, like, the whole thing is just spacey and trippy. And Gree Gree was the big single off it. I don't know if it was a big single or not, but it's fucking sweet. And they say that they are putting it on a never-to-be-repeated splatter-colored vinyl. So I already own an original pressing of this, but it's got a little glimmer in my eye, if you will.
Cool.
I feel like that's also a Tyler Gherkin pick.
It's totally a Tyler Gherkin pick.
TGP.
Okay, it's my last one, and then I'm outie. So I was kind of, I wasn't going to get a 7-inch, but sometimes you got to have a 7-inch.
We talked about this earlier. That's a really bad time for a segue.
All of this is...
But you were talking about that you previously bought a bunch of 7-inches on Record Store Day, and that you're kind of over it.
Yeah, I am kind of over it. But then I saw the artwork.
Pulled you back in.
And...
I know what she's talking about. It's that twisted 7-inch, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's my third pick, but we didn't have time. I don't have time for that.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, so the artwork... And I felt like I need it to kick off the holiday season, get me in the holiday mood.
Which holiday is that?
Sorry. Christmas. I celebrate Christmas, JV. Yeah, I know you have this weird war with Christmas. Whatever.
Cardi B?
Whatever. No. Oh, but that's great artwork. Awesome. No, it's actually The Regrets. It's called Holiday-ish. The Regrets, pretty sure they were on Uncle Records, which is Billy Joe Armstrong's son's label. But now they're actually signed to Warner. So that's fun. But it's featuring Dylan Minnette. I think that's how you say his name. He's also in the band Wallows. And the lead singer, Lydia, I believe her name is dating him. And he is featured on the 7-inch. And they're doing a song called Holiday-ish. And the artwork is this kind of vintage-looking drawing of Santa Claus with the face off.
It looks like a cookie jar my grandmother had as a kid of Santa Claus.
Yeah, that was my grandma too. And then there's this nice drawing of this couple. It's kind of hard. I hate radio. I can't show it to people. But it's really cool, and I'm interested, and I feel like it's going to get me in the Christmas spirit. So yeah, that was a last-minute pick for me, but I'm excited to hear what that sounds like. There's still
plenty of time.
But you said,
we're just getting people excited, We're getting people excited about
get
the
excited,
things that are
people.
coming out.
There they are. They're excited now because I said so.
30,000 impressions.
Boom.
You said it. You guys keep bringing it up, so
It's true.
I still don't know what it means, but it's here or there.
My 1975 tweet.
Yeah.
The manager, Jamie, shout out, Jamie, if you're listening, thank you.
He's not.
I will tweet this podcast at him, and he'll be like, what the fuck?
Yes.
He retweeted me, and it was in our store when JB cropped me in to get the pre-orders for the 1975 record almost a year ago.
You mean the best meme we've ever made that has most social media attraction?
Are you excited? Yep. That got retweeted. It got 30,000 impressions. Still counting. Pinned to my Twitter post. Feel free to go on my Twitter and like it. Thank you.
Impress it.
Impress it. Yeah,
Boom.
impress it. Everything.
30,001.
Pressed.
I don't know if that's how it works.
All right, I'm going to go now. Can do some work.
Okay, thank you, Julia, for being here. Wait, real quick. What's your mom excited about for Black Friday?
I don't know. Anything with Rob Bass in it. If there's a release with that, she'll be excited about that.
Excited about the Doobie Bounce.
What is the Doobie Bounce?
There's a cool little 7-inch coming out called the Yacht Rock Review. There's two songs. Doobie Bounce and What a Fool Believes live in Boston. It's a greatest show on surf and the finest 70s light rock to ever perform anywhere. Ever.
Those are bold words.
Doobie Bounce is on the A side, and the flip is What a Fool Believes live. I don't fully know what it is, but there's a joint on the cover, some nugs tripping around there. It looks cool. It's probably fun.
Another one of my picks that I'm super excited for is the Herbert Hancock pick, Direct Step. In the 70s, I guess, Herbie and his crew there, they released a bunch of records for Columbia, but they only got released in Japan. And this was one of those. So never saw a U.S. release. And they did it on what was called a direct-to-disc. So pretty much it's recorded in real time. It's, super high quality. But you sacrifice the ability to go back in and make changes and anything like that, because once you play it, that's it. It's on there and it's getting pressed to disc right away. But Herbie was down for it, and this was the result of that.
Of course Herbie was down.
Of course Herbie was. So, yeah, I'm super excited to hear this one, especially because in the 70s he started to, mix up, not just piano, started doing a bunch of other cool stuff. I've heard some other, weird synthy stuff that he does, and it's always super cool. I just heard something about
who they were, something suddenly influenced them. And got Miles back in the studio and everything too.
Really?
But I can't. Was it Herbie that influenced Miles? I just read some story that I'm confused about now, but it's not a great anecdote for this.
Yeah, well, Herbie is like the sleeper pick I've found for Record Store Day and Black Friday. And there was one, I think it was Record Store Day 2 years ago, that was live in Japan, and that one we sold out of, and we played it in-store a bunch afterwards because someone had a copy that we listened to, and I regretted not grabbing that one because it is awesome. It's so good.
Yeah, I think that happened to me Record Store Day last year. I can't remember which one it was, but I ended up going back and listening to the tracks and stuff later. Didn't, obviously, these things sell out, so wasn't able to get it, and I didn't know Herbie Hancock back then. I was still new in the record store.
Exactly.
And then, everyone here is fans of him, so I started listening more, and it was super weird synthy stuff, and I was like, this is freaking awesome. I'm so mad that these things sell out sometimes.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah, I always keep my eye out when I'm visiting other stores or if I'm floating around just to see if I can see one. Because I guess the original one was Japan only, impossible to find. Now this one, I guess, also impossible to find. But
yeah,
I always keep my eye out. So if anyone's got a lead on one.
Well, luckily, this one is a RSD first release. So
it'll be a little wide later.
Yep.
Perfect.
So that's cool.
JB, you got something?
Well, I mean, I guess I should just own this one. Insane Clown Posse. Yes. Flip the Rat. That is an EP that was, of course, put out along with their last album, Fearless Fred Fury. If you bought it here at an independent record store, thank you to everyone who did, by the way, it was an exclusive that came paired with the new album on CD.
I can safely say the second best-selling CD of the year so far here.
Boom. So
suck on that, internet.
So to all y'all who came and picked one up in store on CD, thank you so much. And if you missed it or if you slept on it, here's your third chance, because I think they put out a CD not too long ago as well.
Yeah, well, first on vinyl though.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't on vinyl.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a.
Why'd you say really?
Yeah, I thought it was. They just did they put it out as the exclusive, and then they released a CD, and this is the first vinyl.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
I'm not good at talking. Okay. So this is the first vinyl release of it. It's an RSD first. It's going to be on 2 LPs, 2,000 copies worldwide, and like I said, first time pressed on vinyl. It's got guest spots from Ouija Mac, Big Hoodoo, and DJ Paul. 12 tracks. Whoop whoop.
You want to get on up? Because it's a fucking James Brown piece coming out, goddammit. It's James Brown. Live at home with his bad self. The after show. So, it's a compliment to the 50th anniversary of Live at Home with his bad self. This, though, is the after show set. So there was a show, and then there's the after show set. And this has got extended versions of rare cuts, new mixes, a duet with Marva Whitney, a whole lot of stage banter going on. It's going to be a funky good time, as they say. And some hot popcorn.
Ooh. Just gonna spitball on this one.
Go ahead.
The soundtrack to Robert Rodriguez's film Desperado.
Oh, that's right.
Desperado.
Wrong Desperado, but I used to watch that movie all the time when I was younger. It just, I don't know why. It was always, I remember it was always on USA, and it was one of those movies that if I was flipping through the channels and it happened to be on, no matter what point it was in, I would start watching it until the end.
Isn't that any movie? You said that recently?
Yeah, I think that might have been the start of it.
If you just put a movie on, Brian has to stop what he's doing.
I don't know why. But yeah, that's gonna be a super cool one. That is also that's gonna be an exclusive release on that, from what I understand. 2 LP, and a lot of the music was done by the band Los Lobos. Of course, there's some other ones in there: Dire Straits, Link Ray, things like that. So yeah, that's a pretty cool one. And actually, that was the first time we saw the character Machete. Danny Trejo was in that one. Yep. And then later on, he got his own film.
I did like Machete. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a spinoff.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's like this weird no-name character in Desperado, and he just shows up and he doesn't say anything, and he just has a bunch of knives on him, and then all of a sudden he just starts killing a bunch of people, and then he gets killed. That's it. It's like a 10-minute scene. It's super weird, but yeah.
Is that the end of the Machete movie? Is that scene?
No.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Something else that's coming out. This is one that I had when I was a kid.
Sick.
It came out in 1993, so of course I was a spry young pup of 13 years old. It was a Fight, War of Words. Fight, of course, being a side project from Judas Priest singer Rob Halford. It was their debut album, and this one is going to be on 1,500 copies, RSD exclusive. And it's going to be on white vinyl with black splatter. It's just some 90s metal with Rob Halford doing the damn thing. It's more of a...
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Bri, you want to give it a go? It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Not bad.
So yeah, it's just a fun offshoot for metal fans. If you love Judas Priest, if you love Rob Halford, pick this one up. I have this distinct memory of one of the members of the band having a goatee that was like a foot long. That's pretty much all I remember. So I'm excited to give it a re-listen and see if it still holds up to my 13-year-old standards of what good metal sounded like.
I was just thinking about what I was doing when I was 13. It definitely doesn't stand up anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. One I've never heard, but I'm sort of curious about.
Oh, I'm so excited for this one.
How about William Shatner
Oh boy.
covering the Cramps?
Now do it as David Lynch.
It's I gotta start over here in Bend, Oregon. I heard it for the first time. It was I call him Bill Shatner doing the Cramps Garbage Man. It's a special limited edition split record. It's gonna be released on neon yellow vinyl. It's a 12-inch, and they're only making 1,200. Do you see the significance there? No, it is not a parody of the parody of Rocket Man. He doesn't say, I'm a garbage man. It's a cover of the Cramps classic, Garbage Man. And of course, the B-side is the original Cramps version.
I do enjoy a good record store day side by side. I believe that's what they call them. It's a 7-inch, which is usually like two bands or someone doing a cover of another band?
Yes. Gotta go.
Thanks, David.
You're welcome, John Bryan.
It's the greatest honor of my life right there. David Lynch said my name on a podcast.
Why do you have such a problem with your middle name?
I can't.
Get back to transcendental meditation over there.
Oh, you mean TM?
So good.
It's like my world debut for that too.
Yeah, it's good.
That
it's
was
good.
really good. All right. So another cool one coming out is Slipknot is putting out a 7-inch for Record Store Day.
Yes.
Record Store Day exclusive. It is going to be their first single that they released before their new album came out, All Out Life, which, funny enough, didn't appear on their new album. So they released that. They did a video for it. They released that as like their first single, and they're like, "Hey, we're coming out with a new album." The new album came out, wasn't on it, and everyone's like, "What happened?" Apparently, Record Store Day, Black Friday happened.
This is your chance to got the life now.
No, it's not corn.
That's wrong. So yeah, it is it's a 7-inch. Like I said, it's a picture disc. It's got a sweet goat skull on it in classic Slipknot fashion. So yeah, so that is on one side, and on the other side is their single that is on their new album, We Are Not Your Kind, of course, Unsainted. So there you go. That actually answers people's questions of what happened to that song. Well, they're releasing it anyway. I guess they didn't feel it fit on the album, but it was still a good song. So,
Well, I guess since David Lynch was just here, we might as well bring up the file number 773 UFO Further Investigation release. Brian, cue X-Files theme.
Dun dun.
It's like if it was played by a Japanese flute poorly.
It's the Lizzo version.
So what do you get when you combine a 1966 album of a man interviewing survivors of alien abductions with new music from the likes of modern psych beacons Kikagaku Moyo, Heron Oblivion, Al Lover, Mugstar, Earth and Sea, and others? You get a weird fucking Record Store Day piece that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's interviews of quote-unquote UFO abduction survivors combined with psych rock. Pretty fucking cool. It's I'm going to go with it's the Blue Frog of Black Friday 2019. If you remember, Blue Frog was 2018. Might still have some copies. Because you fucking messed up on that one, people.
Ribbit.
I like it.
and I don't know if I read this correctly about that one, but from what I understand, it is 2 LPs.
That is correct.
Meant to be played simultaneously. One is the interviews and one is the psych rock.
The track listing says it's side A and side B, but then the description says, not sure, but you're going to need 2 turntables to find out. This odd collaboration is both the first reissue of a strange spoken word record and a separate LP of modern drone and psych that works as the perfect backdrop to the words of Jack Jenkins, Sid Patrick, and the 2 famous albums that combine to form one magnificent experience.
How crazy is that? That's
I'm so
one.
fucking in. It sounds
Zyreka.
great.
Sounds like so cool.
Right. We should do that again.
Have a Zyreka party?
Yeah.
Well, we can start right here. We'll do a UFO conspiracies party.
Yeah. Jackie Jenkins. Who remembers Sammy Jenkins?
Well, damn, Jackie.
Mine was a Memento reference.
Okay.
That 70s show reference.
Okay.
I apologize.
I'm going to do one real quick here that is a tribute to, of course, our resident Virgo Queen Julia. Albert Hammond Jr., no, not what I thought was an 85-year-old blues musician. This is, of course, the guitar player from The Strokes, as Julia told me earlier.
I thought it was a blues musician, too.
It's a good name.
I just
It's a
saw
great
the name and I was like, that's got to be a blues guy.
Yeah, it's a great name. It's a blue... Oh, his dad was a blues musician?
Yeah, Albert Hammond.
Well, fuck me.
Well, then there it is.
There you go.
That's how juniors work.
So I was sort of correct then.
It all makes sense now.
You're a fourth. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, come on. So this one is a 10-inch because, as I learned, Albert Hammond Jr. famous for his 10-inch, in that he puts out a lot of 10 inches. It's going to be a blue 10-inch, and it features the singles Fast Times and More to Life. So some solo tracks from one of the members of The Strokes.
How about something I believe is the first time ever on vinyl? Something we always sell out of when it comes in on CD, and I'm pretty sure it's not even in print new on CD anymore. It is the solo album from Geddy Lee of Rush.
Slap at a bass.
You slap at the best. It's my favorite headache from Geddy Lee. It's never been on vinyl before. That's what I'm getting at here.
That's cool.
Literally, we can never keep the CD in stock, so I'm pretty sure this ought to do pretty well. For you Canadians out there, for you fans of the Rush, the Holy Triumvirate. Here it is.
Talk to me when there's a Neil Peart solo album. It's just 85 minutes of drumming. Speaking of the new Tool record, Brian, what do you got?
I'll stick with the first time on vinyl here. The Motown Rare and Unreleased. This is going to be an RSD first. So, again, they're going to release it on a special color or something, and then later on it will be more widely available, most likely on a black vinyl or something. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It's a lot of like unreleased stuff. It's Smokey Robinson, Martha and the Vandellas, Diana Ross Supremes, Temptations, Gladys Knight and the Pips, classic Motown artists, and then just a lot of stuff that was never released before, recorded, but never released, which is odd because Motown had so much music out. So it's cool that they're making something for Record Store Day. What was it, 4,000 on that? So another pretty nice sized piece.
Cool. I've got my pick, which is my absolute pick of the year. Guaranteed, my favorite already. Haven't even heard it, and I know it's my fave. Tenacious D. The Blue Series, Don't Blow It Cage. It's new music from Tenacious D, of course, the greatest band of all time, and one of my personal favorites, who I got to see live for the first time this year, and it was magical. But last year. I'm not good at math. If you follow Jack Black's YouTube channel, Jablinski Games, you, of course, saw the episode a few weeks back where he went to Third Man and met for the first time Jack White, and they together formed Jack Gray. But they went to Third Man and cut a brand new song with Jack White, I guess, at the helm, at the production end. So it's a new Tenacious D song with Jack White, and supposedly they did a song together where they perform musically together. So I'm excited for that when that comes out too. But I'm a huge Tenacious D fan, and I'm not a huge fan of 7 inches, similar to Julia, but this, when Tenacious D puts them out, you fucking buy it.
7 inches are fun. I don't know why everybody's hating on them.
It's just me. It's not 7 inches. It's me.
Okay. Fair enough. Remember when MTV played music? And it wasn't just people trying not to get an STI? Of course Julia wouldn't, but way back in 1992, fresh off the heels of their very first tour.
I was 12.
I was 6 or 7.
Brian?
6 or 7. Me and JJ are
Pretty
Depending
close.
on the date. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pearl Jam did an MTV Unplugged. I don't even know if I've ever seen it on CD, honestly.
Yeah.
But coming out on vinyl for the very first time, and this ain't no RSD first shit. Not that the other things are shit, but in the vernacular of how we speak, this is an RSD exclusive. Big numbers, 13,000 copies being pressed. But for Pearl Jam, that's not that many.
Yeah.
For Record Store Day this year, there was the Live at Easy Street Pearl Jam, which I think was 10,000. Fucking one of the first pieces to go that day.
Yeah.
So, people are going to be lining up for this one. Pearl Jam, they're doing all the big hits. They got Alive, Jeremy, Even Flow, etc. Gonna be a cool piece.
Did they only have 10 out at the time?
Yeah, this is it was 3 days after they finished their first tour for 10.
Wow.
They went and recorded this MTV
God
Unplugged.
damn.
That's really cool.
Really speaks to how impressive and how huge their following was, how great that first album was.
Yeah.
Oh, one that's super cool. Daptone Records.
Ooh.
Yeah, they are putting out a Rhythm Showcase Volume 1.
That sounds cool.
Which is super cool. So, from what I understand, it's going to be no singing, just some music.
Just the rhythm sections.
Just the rhythm sections.
Oh.
Yeah. We got Budos Band on there. The Manahan Street Band, which is Charles Bradley's backing band, and the band that helped to form the Shaladas. So yeah, that should be super cool. That is once again a limited run regional focus. I would assume that we would be the regional focus because I think Daptone is from New York, right? Brooklyn?
Sure.
Yeah, something like that.
How's what you say the region is America?
Good old American region.
That's a region.
Limited to 1,000. But yeah, that should be a cool one.
Cool.
Daptone always putting out that good soul.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do my last pick here. My last one is the first thing that my eyes saw when I first saw the list, and I was so fucking excited for it. Uncle Les. Colonel Les Claypool's Fearless Flying Frog Brigade. Live Frogs sets 1 and 2. This is another one that I had when I was growing up. It's a live album, but it's a special live album. Because not only is it one set that is them doing the thing, playing their tunes, playing some covers, playing some originals over at the Great American Music Hall in San Francisco, but the second disc, which blew me away at the time and probably helped solidify a specific album as one of my favorites of all time, but they do a complete cover of Pink Floyd's Animals. And that alone is worth the purchase of this double LP set. It's a 2 LP. It's a 3 LP on Translucent Green Records. It's chock full of so much good. I remember loving this when I was younger, and let's say during some years that I have very poor short-term memory during. But I'm super excited to hear it on LP. I'm super excited to own it finally on vinyl because it definitely deserves a vinyl release. It's an RSD first. There'll be 3,000 copies pressed worldwide, and it's from the good folks at Prawn Song, of course, Les Claypool's label.
Well, for my last pick, I was gonna go Zappa because it's the 50th anniversary of Hot Rats this year, which is a fucking great record.
It is.
And there's some cool anniversary reissues coming out in November. Or actually, I think it's December 22nd, it might be. But for Black Friday this year, they are doing a picture disc 10-inch with some alternate cuts of Peaches and Regalia. But I feel like that's more on the radar than perhaps this one. Tank in the Bangas, Live Vibes 2, is a live recording from Tank in the Bangas in 2018 from the Parlor Studio in New Orleans, their hometown. Where, not this year, but the year before, I got to see Tank the Bangas perform, and holy shit, they took the house down. Like, such high energy, so much fun, full horn section. It's like, it's got that Lizzo vibe to it, if you're not familiar with them, but you are the fan of the Lizzo. It's poignant, it's funny, it's a little dirty, mixing, it's all the things that kids want. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so if you don't know them yet, check out Tank of the Bangas over on your Spotifys or whatever. They had a new album come out this year. That was pretty damn good too. And so I'm stoked to hear this live performance.
I really thought you were going to say that it was Tank and the Bangas doing a Frank Zappa cover set.
Oh, my God.
I'm not trying to diminish this release in any way, but holy shit, I was like, you are blowing my mind right now.
That would be weird.
Oh, it's just a live album. Okay, that's fine too. That's cool.
So my last one is hopefully gets the people out there excited because people were excited last year. But everyone remembers, I think, at the table last year, when the Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas came out, remember? And how fast that went.
Yep.
Yeah, and everyone was asked for it. Well, they're doing it again this year, and they're doing it on a pick disc. So, for
That's
anyone,
pretty cool.
that is cool. So, for anyone that missed out last year, come on in. We'll try and get some of those, because that was a cool one.
We'll try to get a lot of those. Because, like, seriously, he's not wrong. Like, up there last year for quickest selling releases were Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas.
It was crazy. Yep. Of course, Emmett Otter, 1977 classic Jim Henson film about Emmett Otter and how he's trying to get a nice Christmas present for his mama. Oh, Emmett.
Never saw it.
No?
Me either,
Yeah, it's a
actually.
good one. It's cute. Little otter puppets.
cute.
Little otter puppets.
I was a Muppets Christmas Carol when I was a kid.
That was a good one. Yeah. That was a real good one.
Here's where we get to the part of the podcast where we rank our favorite Muppet movies. That's more of a Muppets Take Manhattan kind of guy.
I definitely went on a class field trip in elementary school to see a Muppet movie.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember which one, but
Remember
it's my story.
Okay.
Muppets Treasure Island with Tim Curry as the pirate?
That sounds creepy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's got to be better than Goonies. I'm not a Goonies fan. That's the
I've seen
precursor
it
to
once. I feel like
I
Yeah.
enjoy the Goonies.
that. I enjoy it, but that movie sucks. I will thank my friend Adam Teague for turning me on to how much that movie sucks. But look, it's part of my childhood. I loved it. I guess I sort of still love it, but holy shit, that movie sucks. I will watch it. And Jenny, my lady, my wifey, she loves that movie. I'll be happy to go see it with you, Jenny.
Lady.
Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna sit there and in my mind, I'm judging it the whole time. It's just shitty writing.
It worked, though.
Like, true. Gave us the truffle shovel.
Exactly.
Anyway, so that's just a sample of some of the stuff that you can find here on Black Friday at Darkside Records or at your local independent record store. So, of course,
But really us.
all are welcome to be here. That's November 29th, right here at Darkside. We open at 9 a.m. sharp. And as with previous years, we do anticipate a line. It's going to be... We assume it's going to be chilly. So, dress accordingly, be warm, be safe, come hang out, stay up late, get a good spot in line, and come get some of these great Black Friday exclusive pieces.
Black Friday.
Like Friday.
Black Friday.
That's the that's the Jeff Goldblum edition.
I was going to say, next year, I'm going to make all the artwork just the fly themed.
Yes.
All right, done. That all being said, come hang out with us on Black Friday. Come hang out leading up to Black Friday. There's a bunch of new releases that are coming out as we go into the Black Friday, the holiday season. We're going to have a bunch of great stuff here in store, and we'd love to talk to you about Black Friday. We'd love to know what you're interested in, what you're excited about, what your plans are. Just come on in, get some great tunes here at Darkside, chat us up. We're happy to talk about it, and let us know. As well, if you see this... As well, head on over to our Facebook page. You can RSVP to the Facebook event for Black Friday. We'll be posting all kinds of news, updates, fun stuff, everything that's going to be going down. You can stay up to date right there on Facebook. You can RSVP. I'll throw a link somewhere in this podcast info or something or other.
Linked.
Or you can go to Darkside Records
.com.
to get full information. So I guess that's it for this one. Thank you so much for listening. As always, we love you and we appreciate you so much. If you enjoy this podcast, why not head over to your iTunes store, your Stitcher Premium, or whatever you use to get podcasts, and why don't you leave us a nice star rating and a review? It helps us expose ourselves to unsuspecting listeners. But I don't want to tell you how many stars to leave, but let's say 72. And a nice comment would also really help us in our ranking in this thing.
A nice
on the
comment.
internet.
Be nice.
The best,
Noise.
Jerry. The best.
That's your comment right there. So I guess that's about it. Thank you for listening. I'm JB.
I'm JJ.
I'm BK.
I'm Julia.
See you in the bins.
See ya. Sorry, did I ruin that?
And that's how it's ending.